The Honda City has been around for over a quarter of a century in the country now. That's quite the timeline. And well, even 26 years later, the Honda City continues to be the king of the hill when it comes to the premium sedan segment. And now for 2023, Honda has given the current generation City a midlife facelift. And that includes a few cosmetic updates, the lineup has been rejigged, few variants have been added, and well, the diesel has been axed. So let's take a look at what's new and what's changed. Not much has changed on the design front though, it's only this grille that's new, besides the front bumper which has been revised and also gets a little dash of sportiness thanks to this carbon fiber-like finish at the bottom.
The current generation City leans even more towards looking and feeling grander, and one reason behind it has been the extensive use of chrome finishes besides the car's larger dimensions. But with the facelift, there is a noticeable shift towards finishing surfaces in black, and admittedly, the black finish on the honeycomb grille, the blacked out surrounds for the fog lamps, and even the carbon fiber-like finish at the bottom of the bumper look nice. The headlamps remain unchanged though, and the top ZX variant we drove continues to be equipped with these smart-looking LED headlamps. The sides remain unchanged too, but the alloy wheels use an updated design and certainly look cooler. It's the rear end that looks the most appealing though, thanks to the added dash of sportiness, courtesy the fog splitter with a carbon fiber-like finish again, and the boot spoiler. The shade of blue you see here is a new addition as well, and I have to admit, it does make the City look even more appealing now. The interiors remain unchanged as well, but yes, there are a few additions and updates. The instrument cluster is the same and like before, integrates a 7-inch display and analog speedometer, and I do like this arrangement for its retro cool factor, besides which it is very informative. There's tons of information you get from the display here, and I dare say this is one of the best integrations of an analog speedometer and digital tachometer, at least in the mass market segments. The infotainment screen has not grown in size but boasts a sharper resolution now and looks crisp with brighter colors. The dashboard continues to use hard plastics largely, except for the central rib that has a leather-like finish, but quality of plastics and overall feel is top-notch as always. But topping it all inside the Honda City, as always, is the car's spaciousness thanks to its dimensions and also Honda's man maximum, machine minimum philosophy.
Another important addition as part of this update is the inclusion of ADAS or Advanced Driver Assist Systems in the Honda City. Now, ADAS was introduced only on the strong hybrid version last year, but now the regular petrol version also gets it. And that makes the Honda City the first regular petrol car in its segment to get the functionality.
Besides making ADAS standard across the range, except the base petrol variant, Honda has also added a few more features inside the cabin. These include wireless charging on the hybrid and regular petrol variants both, though there is a difference. The strong hybrid uses an electronic parking brake that liberates space between the two front seats, and which is where Honda has placed the wireless charging pad. However, the regular petrol City uses a manual parking brake, and hence it gets a detachable wireless charging pad that's placed over the cup holders. Higher variants also benefit from the addition of new features like a tire pressure monitoring system, rain sensing wipers, ambient lighting, and also wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto besides 6 airbags. And interestingly, Honda is now offering the EHEV in a lower variant badged the V in a bid to make the strong hybrid version more accessible, besides adding a base SV variant to the regular petrol version.
There's absolutely no change on the powertrain front, which means the 1.5-litre iVTEC petrol engine and the 1.5-litre Atkinson cycle engine that powers the strong hybrid version are exactly the same as before. Yes, the diesel is gone, and I'm sure some buyers are definitely going to frown at this move. But the good news is that with a claimed figure of 27.13 kilometers per litre, the strong hybrid version of the Honda City is the most fuel-efficient petrol sedan in the country today.
And with no change to the powertrains, both versions of the City feel the same as before from behind the wheel. The EHEV is not exactly a driver's car, especially since it takes off in pure electric mode and the wheels are driven by the electric motor alone. But VTEC kicking in the petrol version is quite a feeling and will have petrol heads break into a smile. The engine also feels very refined, just like before, and I even enjoyed giving the 6-speed manual gearbox a thorough workout as gear changes are slick and slot in precisely. Transmission options have not changed either, which means that besides the 6-speed manual, you can also have the regular petrol engine mated to a highly impressive CVT, while a strong hybrid can be had exclusively with the eCVT. More importantly, both engines are now compliant with the upcoming RDE or real driving emission norms and E20 or 20% ethanol blend as well.
However, this update is a bit of a disappointment for me on the powertrain front. And that's because Honda sells the City powered by a 1-liter turbocharged petrol engine as well in other markets, and now would have been a good time to bring it to India as well. And that's because the competition like the Skoda Slavia, the Volkswagen Virtus and the new generation Hyundai Verna are all offered powered by turbocharged petrol engines as well.
With no changes whatsoever to the mechanicals, the 2023 Honda City feels the same as before to drive. And that's not a bad thing at all though, since we've always hailed the Honda City as a sedan with brilliant dynamics. It feels planted at speeds, goes around corners with gusto, and feels confident at all times thanks to its well-tuned suspension and responsive steering. The ride quality is as good as it gets to, and in fact, its plush ride is one reason why a lot of chauffeur-driven executives prefer the City over other sedans.
Prices for this updated City start from 11.5 lakh rupees ex-showroom and go just a little about 20 lakh rupees ex-showroom. That's for the fully loaded strong hybrid version. So on the pricing front, the Honda City is pretty much in the same league as the rest of its competition. But more importantly, Honda has managed to up its premium quotient even further and make this car even more desirable now. But on the other hand, yes, while the Honda City has always enjoyed a loyal fan base in the country, I would now like to see Honda inject it with a healthy dose of sportiness, because sedans are getting sportier and are certainly back in vogue too.